Hello everyone and welcome. I am Carrie Heaps. I'm with Chromatic Counsel and I am coming at you with a winter color card reading. This color card reading is for the winter seasons, if that's your palette. This reading is for you. This is a color personality reading, so the color cards that I pull are really for your not colors you should be wearing, but colors you should have around you. I always use the Secret Language of Color cards deck by Anna Segal. There's a link in the show notes below if you want to pick that up. And if you do not know what your season is, if you're winter, autumn, summer, or spring, you can click on one of the links in the show notes to do a virtual color analysis to find out what your season is, have a color card emailed and mailed to you in the mail so you can shop with those. But these particular color readings are for the personality of the season. So typically winters are personalities that are best known for projecting strength, confidence, precision, authority. They often appear very bold, intelligent, strategic, and highly polished. Winters naturally command attention. They do give off a strong executive or leadership presence. Their high contrast, their cool color palette also enhances their dramatic energy and creates an impression of sophistication, power, and presence. So I'm going to be pulling 4 cards that relate to the mind, body, and soul. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. Take what resonates with you and flush the rest. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards. I'm going to just pull the first one here. Silver, be persistent. That's a great card. I'm going to start back here towards the end of the deck. I'll take this last card. Aqua, experience peace and calm. It's a nice card. Work our way towards the middle here. Oh, bronze, strengthen your body. Getting a lot of metal for you guys today. This is amazing. This last one here. White, lighten up. So we have a really interesting palette here. We've got our silver, we have aqua, bronze, and white. So again, these are colors that you want to have around you. Whether you find all 4 colors in a photo or, a trinket, or you have a silver bracelet or a bronze bracelet that maybe has some blue stones in it, that's something you can place in front of you. The idea is you want to have these colors around you during the next 30 days to kind of help you manifest and work towards what you're wanting or needing. So we're going to take the first one here, which is silver. We'll talk about that one first. So silver tells us that we need to be persistent. There might be some things that have been going on in your life right now, professionally or personally, that you have just been giving up way too quickly. Maybe you are applying for jobs, or maybe you are trying to start a business and you're getting a lot of either rejection or just people ghosting you. This card tells you to be persistent. When we're persistent, sometimes it's that last call that we make, or that last email that we send, or the last letter we send out that actually gets noticed. And it's usually not that the person's avoiding you, it's because they've had other things going on in their life as well. So this tells me you've been working on something, and again, just be persistent with it. It's gonna come to fruition. It's going to provide very well, as we can see here with the silver and the glitter. Lots of glitz and glam here. So again, it's going to work out very well, but you have to be persistent. You cannot give up. If you're feeling negative and down about something, I definitely recommend just take a break. Maybe do some deep breathing exercises, journal. Don't continue to focus on what you're doing. Give it some rest and walk away from it, and then come back to it. But don't give up. Make sure that you're being persistent with this. The next color card we pulled here was the aqua, which is experience peace and calm. So this kind of filters in through, again, if you've been frustrated and you've been aggravated, you need to give yourself some downtime. Whether that's maybe it's the summertime, go take a dip in the pool, maybe go take an exercise class or take a nature walk, go take some photos, whatever you feel like you need to do to kind of again, just give yourself a little bit of peace and calm, do it. It could be yoga, it could be deep breathing exercises, it could be a kickboxing class, who knows? Whatever it is that you like that brings some calm and peace into your life, a walk on the beach, whatever. go do it, because this is going to help you build clarity and give you the strength, inner strength that you're needing to go back and continue to be persistent. Again, this keeps coming back up. Be persistent. Like, don't give up. It's almost like a nudging voice inside my brain that I keep hearing. So there's something going on with some of you that are really you've just given up way too quickly. And I can't stress that enough. You need to go back and just keep working on whatever you're working on. Bronze, again, another metal card for you guys. This is so cool. So bronze tells us we want to strengthen our body. Now, this is probably more for, again, not so much like a medical advice thing. Obviously, if you're experiencing problems, you want to go visit a medical doctor. This is not medical advice at all. But strengthening our body, oh wait, whenever I pull this card, it always tells me that you need to prepare yourself because something bigger is coming. So I'll give you a really cool example. I was reading an article earlier about, it was an interview, not so much interviewing the people, but talking about some of the most successful people in the world and about how their journey was so tumultuous. They didn't give up, again, so being persistent. They didn't give up. That's why they really succeeded. But they all also said, the other thing that they had in common is that once things took off, they were not prepared for it. Like, they were prepared for it, but they weren't prepared for it, meaning that they had to go on tours. They had to do publicity stuff. They had, like, their calendar went from being completely empty to being completely filled for like a year. And they weren't really prepared for that. So, just preparing yourself that, you're meant for something, whatever you're working on, and this is not going to pertain to everybody, but I feel like there's somebody out there that's working on something that's going to be really big. It's going to be really huge. And you need to take into consideration that you really need to take care of yourself and do what you need to do to have yourself in tip-top shape, because you're going to be physically running. You're going to be on the go all the time. And it's going to happen. It's almost like the flick of a light switch. That's how quickly it'll happen. So strengthening your body to ensure that you can do whatever it is you're preparing yourself to do. You wouldn't sign up to do a marathon and never, work out or practice doing a 5-mile run or whatever. So kind of the same instance, same practice points are for this too. Again, not for everybody, but for some of you, just make sure that you are keeping yourself in tip-top shape, because you're going to need your energy physically and mentally. So something to keep in mind. The last color card I pulled here was white, and it tells us to lighten up. I usually find that this card will come up when I'm getting a feeling that maybe some of you who might be tuning in you're putting too many restrictions on yourself to stay in a container you don't belong in. So, like, for example, if maybe you have a potty mouth like myself, where, you use profanity from time to time. And maybe you've been surrounding yourself with people who are super offended by that. And when you're around them, it's almost like you're shrinking yourself, like you're not being you, because you're having to be cognizant of what you're saying every time you're around them. And it's almost physically and mentally exhausting. So even though that would be more that they need to lighten up, I would say for you to lighten up and go, you know what, this just isn't my tribe. If you use profanity all the time, then that's you, or if you seem to get really overexcited about ideas and you're constantly coming up with something new to do, and then you're hanging around with people who have never had an original idea, that dims your light. And when it dims your light, you can't lighten up. I had a business coach years ago, and a great business coach. And somebody had asked me one time, who do you use? I'm looking for a new business coach. And I knew her personality. I knew the personality of my business coach as well. And I knew it was not going to be a good fit. So I told her, I'll do an introduction, but you need to understand this person drops F-bombs like a fighter plane. And if you say something to her, she's just going to tell you off and hang up. So she wound up not calling her. I think she found someone else that she wanted to work with. But I wasn't going to try to connect the two because I just knew it wasn't going to work. It just was such an energy mismatch. And like I said, a lot of times I feel like there's a certain amount of you who are, you're taking on the insecurities and the uptightness of the people that are around you. So you need to drop all of that, lighten up, and be you. That's what this card is saying here. And again, you might be like, oh, but that's actually my family, or it's a close friend. Well, sometimes you have to put distance between those people because, again, you can't dim your light for other people. That doesn't pay your bills. That doesn't make you happy. You need to make yourself happy. That seems to be a running theme in all of the color card readings that I have done so far this month. So here are the colors if you are a winter, this is what you want to have around you. Again, if you can find a photo or a painting that has all these colors here, or, if you have the Anna Seagull deck, just make sure that these colors are placed out on your, end table when you get up in the morning and you look at them, or they're on your desk, so that way they're easily accessible and you can concentrate on each color. So that is your reading for this month, my dear winters. And again, if you are looking for a personalized color reading that's much more in-depth, that is just for you, there's a link in the show notes below. I hope you enjoyed what I shared, and I look forward to seeing you next time.